Welcome to Full Body Flow. Today's request is upper back, and I'd like us to also work hip flexors. So let's just work on opening everything. If you have a strap, a towel, something wider than you, go ahead and grab it. If you have a strap or a belt, make sure to grab the buckle so it doesn't touch your face. And just grab it as wide as is useful for you. For me, I just kind of have my arms straight and wide and have it in front of you. In this space, go ahead and bring the towel under and hug the ribs back. Inhale, bring the arms up and up. Exhale it over and back. Inhale, up and up. Exhale, down. 9 more on your own. Make sure you don't stay low. You always elevate. And just breathe. It doesn't have to be super fast. If today has kind of flown by or you felt that you were doing a lot of things today, purposefully move slower in this practice. If you feel a little bit sluggish or like you're thinking a lot, see if you can just speed up the tempo. So notice that the tempo is up to you. The alignment stays, okay? If that feels like 10 or you've already counted to 10, next time you're forward, pause. Stay or bring your hands closer together. So now it's narrower. Bring it up and over, up and over, and continue on your own. And as we're doing this, yes, we're focusing on the shoulders. Yes, we're focusing on the rhythm and the pace and the breath. Can you also just ground down through the feet and notice that you are present, you are here, you made it. And breath is steady. When you have accomplished 10 or it feels like 10, stay at the front. Maybe you make it as narrow as possible, at which point when you bring it overhead, it's kind of locked and it won't go any further. See if you can stay there and expose the armpits forward. Bring the wrist back. 5 of those. When in doubt, just do what you've been doing, but this time just happen to also bring your armpits into your awareness. Keep the ribs back and notice if the tail wants to splay out. Last 2, whatever version you're doing. Good. And then the last one. All right, there's this one, and I'll only introduce it, and no way do you have to do it, but again, you can get narrower to the point where there's no way it's going to go over. Okay? When you feel you've reached that point, keep the tail tucked, keep the ribs where they are, and pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice if anything happens. And then just let it be. And that's something we have in our back pocket for next week. And if you like it, we can explore it a bit further. But for now, I think that's enough with the strap. And we can move into our yoga flow. Go ahead and bring the strap off the mat. I probably won't cue with it for the rest of class. So if you want to throw it off, throw it off. And just stand tall at the top of the mat. Exhale, ground down through the feet, wiggle your toes, and become aware of how you place your feet. Bring the palms to touch. Are the toes touching? Are the feet apart? Whatever you chose is exactly what you need. Inhale, get as tall as possible. And exhale, aerate the energy wide to the sides of the shoulders, ribs, hips, outside edges of the feet. Inhale, you're tall, wide, and there's depth forward and back. You have multi-dimension. Exhale. Let's begin with an Om. Inhale, fill up. Rest the hands by our side. Let's begin with Sun Salutation A. Inhale, stretch the arms up, eyes are up. Exhale, fold it down, touch the earth, look at your legs. Inhale, press the knuckles down, look forward. Exhale, walk both feet back, bend the elbows, lower it down. Inhale, open the chest, look up. Exhale, lift the hips, find your legs. Feel free to have a shorter down dog than you're used to exploring. And in the shorter down dog, what happens is that the feet take on more weight. Look at your second toes, you're facing forward. Look at your heels, you cannot see them, they're behind your second toes. Once that is true, weigh yourself further back. Maybe you're on your fingertips. Lift and tent up the wrists, belly in, and allow your head to hang. It's not collapse, it's purposefully heavy. And in this space, vacuum out the low abdomen. 3 more breaths. Notice that the shoulders can shrug towards the ears or they can go out to either side away from your head. And do that a couple of times. So it's an internal rotation and an external rotation. Next time you're externally rotated, stay there, stay lifted, and bring the palms to the floor. Exhale, bend the knees, eyes are forward. Inhale, walk it, step it. You're at the top of the mat, look forward. Exhale, fold over your legs, look at your knees. Inhale, stand up tall, reach up high, look at your thumbs. Exhale, rest it. Number 3, inhale is up. Number 2, inhale is up. Exhale is down. Inhale, lengthen forward, keep your shoulders wide. Exhale, feet are back, bend the elbows, keep your shoulders behind you. Inhale, open to upward facing. Exhale, close to downward facing. Good. Option 1, do what we did before and get shorter. And feel free to widen your feet. So again, once you're wide as the mat and you're in a shorter down dog, notice what happens when you shift your hips to the right and shift your hips to the left. Next time you go right, stay right and bring a little bit more weight back. Do you notice that the left hand is lighter? You could be on the left fingertips. So right now we're weighing the right heel back, weighing the right buttocks back, light on the left fingertips. Breath is steady and breathe into the left rib cage, left outer rib. Good. Return to center. Inhale, down dog. Stay here or exhale, get heavier on your left hand, left heel. And now press back towards the left heel. You could rise up to your right fingertips. So we're stretching the left hamstring, airing out the right armpit, right shoulder, and see if you can breathe a little bit of depth and contour the right ribs. 2 more breaths. Good. Please return to center. Exhale, you can bring your feet closer towards center, bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, walk or jump. We're at the top of the mat, eyes are forward. Exhale, fold over the legs, look at your knees. Stand up. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, look at your thumbs. Exhale, rest the arms. Number 3 out of 3. Inhale, we open, look up. Exhale, we close, touch down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, Chaturanga. Wait for me in Chaturanga. When you don't feel like waiting, rest on the belly. Point the toes, come to the elbows and forearms. See if you can press the pubic bone down and lift through the side ribs all the way to the armpits and shoulders. Option 1, this is it. Option 2, hold your elbows. The left forearm is in front of the right. Stay or cross your elbows more. Palms are down. Maybe you even cross your triceps. Palms down, thumbs towards the feet. Option, stay here, forehead neutral. Inhale. Option 2, exhale, press down through the hands as though you're going to slide them towards you, towards center. Widen the back of the shoulders, the back of the heart, and bring breath and awareness there. Tuck the chin slightly. 3 breaths. If ever any of these feel really good for you, you can stay. Sometimes, like on weekend mornings, I stay in these poses for minutes. Not with too much force, just with enough space for anything that's congested on your upper back to decongest. Good. We can back off, lift the chin, inhale. Bring the elbows closer to each other, exhale. Notice the forearms, switch it. Right forearm in front, left forearm behind. Stay crossing forearms or go ahead and cross elbows. Maybe you cross biceps. Press the hands down, thumbs are down. Inhale, lift up so you're not collapsing. Exhale, tuck the chin slightly, forehead neutral. Press the hands down and widen your shoulders away from the spine. Good. Notice if anything else is engaging. Right now, we're just working on clearing up the back door of the heart. If there's any residue, anything at all, um, kind of sticking points there, go ahead and just breathe and know that you can access this breath at any point. Good. Last full breath. Let's back off. Inhale, back off a little bit, and exhale, back off a lot. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders, rest the forehead down. Can you slide the hands further back, elbows in? We're going to rise up in thirds. Inhale, no weight on the hands, shoulders up to your ears, back and down. So we're halfway lifted, baby cobra. Option to stay 2 more breaths, or a little bit more weight to the hands, slide a little bit forward. Inhale, shoulders up, back and down, engage the glutes. Last one, stay, or slide the hips so far forward you can widen the shoulders back, straighten the arms. Exhale, downward facing. Option to stay and do anything at all you need to do, or rest the knees down. Keep the hips over the knees, walk the fingertips forward. Stay or rest your forehead to the floor. You can point the toes. Stay or bring your nose to the floor. Keep your armpits hollow. Stay or bring the forehead, what's it called? The chin or throat to the floor. 5 breaths your way. So this is, some people call it like an upper back stretch. It could also be armpit, it could be throat. It depends where you carry your stuff and how low your chest is. 2 more breaths. Back off a little bit. Back off a lot. You can come to all fours, and let's work with retraction and protraction of the shoulders. Slowly soften, hug the shoulders back towards the spine, and then do the opposite. Press the shoulders forward as though you're hugging a tree. Bring them back, retract, press them forward, protract, and do that 3 or so times. And each time you retract a bit more, and each time you protract a bit more. And make sure it's not so much spinal as it is shoulder. Good. Next time you're rising, you're protracted, tuck the chin slightly, tuck the toes, downward facing, elevate. Notice how you feel, clear up your back. Exhale, bend the knees, eyes are forward. Inhale, walk, jump, step to the top, look forward. Exhale, fold it down. Stand up tall. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, rest the arms by your side. All right, let's move into a different sensitizations, Dharma. Inhale, reach the hands forward and up. So some people slight back bend. Exhale, forward and down. Keep your left foot. Inhale, step the right knee back, point the toes, eyes are forward. Exhale, all fours, bend the elbows, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, open the heart, look up. Exhale, close it back. Right foot forward. Inhale, back knee to the floor, eyes are forward. Exhale, everything forward. Stand and fold. Inhale, stand up, arch it back. Exhale, hands to the heart. Left leg. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward and down. Left knee back. Inhale, look forward. Inchworm. Exhale, all fours, bend the elbows. Knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, rise it forward. Exhale, bring it back. Left foot forward. Inhale, lunge, back knee to the floor, point the toes. Exhale, everything forward and fold. Stand up. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring it back. Let's add a few things. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward and down. Right knee back. Inhale, lunge, and let's stay here. See if you can engage your right glute and lower the right hip. Bring the hands to the thigh. Option 1, stay here. Traction the left foot down, the right knee down, and hug them towards center. Keep your right glute engaged. Hug the ribs back, hug the shoulders back. Arms are up. Inhale, lift the shoulders away from the ribs. Lift the ribs away from the hips. And exhale, bend the knee more. Press into both feet evenly. 5 breaths. Touch the floor. Inhale, straighten the front leg. You can stay put and fold. If your body naturally moves a little bit or you're wiggling, that's okay. Breath is steady, buttocks is wide, neck is long. Good. Meet me on all fours, back off into a lunge. Inhale, plant the hands. Exhale, all fours. Let's stay here for a moment and just cat-cow. Tilt the pelvis, look up. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the tail, engage the glutes, suction the belly back, round the spine, tuck the chin. Keep your chin tucked and tilt the pelvis, engage the lower back, and invite the heart to drop, claw the floor, pull through. One more on your own. Good. And let's do a bit of a shoulder stretch here, yeah? Keep your right hand underneath your right shoulder and left hand reaches across to the top corner of the mat. Stay here with the thumb up. Eventually, you can start bringing the hips back, the elbow down. You can glue your left ear onto your bicep. The right hand can be anywhere at all you want. Make sure you're not falling down into the left shoulder. You're rising back towards the left hip. 5 breaths, clear up anything going on in your armpit, in your shoulder area. Breath is steady. Good. The right hand firmly plants down. Inhale, start backing off. However you do, shake it out. Other side. Right hand reaches to the top left corner of the mat. Thumb is up. Keep the hips over the knees or further back. Keep your hand planted. Your elbow could touch the floor. You can glue your right ear to your right arm. Stay here and notice a tendency to sag the right shoulder. See if you can lift and lengthen it back. 3 breaths. The more you press the right hand down and kind of curl a little bit into the right rib cage, the more you're going to have the sensation of the skin stretching around this area, maybe muscle as well. The left hand firmly plants down. Inhale, prepare to come out. Come out at your own pace and do what you need. Exhale. Eventually, all of us meet in downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Inhale, we lunge. Exhale, back knee down. Everything the same. Hands to the thigh. Notice what it's like to completely relax your glute. And now tuck your tail and engage your glute. Keep your left glute engaged. Hug the ribs back. Stay here, bend the knees. Some people rise their arms up. If you like Kali Mudra, you could interlace all but the index finger. Inhale, reach your shoulders away from the ribs. Reach the ribs away from the hips. And exhale, bend the knee more. You can look forward, up, or for your hands. 5 breaths. Centered. Inhale, frame your foot, half splits. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Straighten the leg, hollow the belly. Inhale. Exhale, do you. Some people wiggle, some people are still. Notice if you look at your left hip and left knee, notice if the left hip is falling to the left. Make sure the left hip is directly over the knee, in line with your left ankle. We're about to step forward. Inhale to lunge. Step it forward. Exhale, standing forward fold. At least 2 open hands in between the toes. Bend the knees. Grab your elbows. Tuck the chin. 5 breaths. Invite yourself to just be very heavy in the elbows and very strong in the legs. Notice the weight in the big toe side of the foot, the outer edge of the heel, the inner edge of the heel, and the outer pinky toe. Now widen your sitting bones back and apart, belly in, and exhale. Lengthen each individual rib away from the previous one. Keep the back side long. Bend the knees enough that you can release the hands onto the fingertips. Inhale, halfway lift. Start tucking your tail, belly in, vacuum out the belly, and come on up. Hands are up. Some people stay here in side stretch. You have 5 breaths. Others start going slightly back. It doesn't have to be a back bend. Keep your legs straight. It's just a stretch that's on purpose, and you're kind of wiggling the shoulders a little bit. 3 more breaths. Good. Last side, we have the right leg. All right. Inhale, hands up and back. Exhale, forward and down. Left knee back. Inhale. Option 1, same as before. Point the toes, hands to the thigh. You can do any arms at all that you want, or if you want shoulders and you want different variation, bring the left arm up and bend the elbow. Hand to the elbow. Inhale, lift the belly button, lift the heart, lift the chin, lift the elbow. Stay lifted, and exhale, ears back. Any right arm you want. Some people bind. 5 breaths. Centered, inhale. Some people naturally gravitate towards a half splits. Others are ready for lizard. You can walk your hands in and widen your right foot. The back knee can be up or down. 5 breaths your way. So if you want to kind of settle into it, the back knee can be down. If you want to strengthen into it, the back knee is up, and keep the thigh taut as you purposefully engage your left glute and lengthen the front of the left hip. Good. The back knee can be on the floor. Widen the right foot to the right. Right hand to the thigh. The toes are off the mat. Inhale, tuck the tail, belly back. Exhale, press the thigh away from you, but the thigh doesn't move. So instead, your upper body moves back. Some of us stay, others bend the back leg. If you choose, go for the foot. Inhale, hook the heel in towards you. And exhale, bring the right shoulder back into the socket. Some people stay, others press the foot away and expand from the center of the chest to the right shoulder all the way through the elbow, wrist, and foot. Good. Keep what you have. I'm just going to change my orientation. All right, we're about to meet on the long edge of the mat. Do you notice your right foot is forward? Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Look left, long edge of the mat. Inhale, bring your hands to the long edge of the mat. Exhale, left leg squat. And we can sit. The left knee is up. Widen the left foot enough that your left buttocks is on the ground. Fingertips forward, belly in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold it. Stamp the left foot down to lift the rib cage up. Exhale, tuck the chin slightly so the crown of the head is reaching beyond your fingers. Good. Some of us stay forward, others will side stretch. If you want to side stretch, rise up. The right hand, you do what you want with it. It's your kickstand. Some people hold their ankle. Left arm is up. Inhale, we're here. Others, exhale, side bend over the right leg. Any variation of arms, any configuration of arms that makes sense to you. 5 breaths. Whatever version you're doing, press the feet down and widen the left rib cage. Good. Inhale, we rise. And slowly bring the knee out. So it's kind of like a Janu Shirshasana. You can bring your heel in. Option 1, stay here, left hand to the earth, right arm up. Option 2, thrust the hips and stretch the front of the hips. 5 breaths. This could be like a baby wild thing, stretching the front of the hip flexors, opening through the chest. Some people do circles with the arm. Some people stay put. Return your heel underneath you and exhale, sit behind it. We return to knee up. Inhale, stay. Last 5 breaths. Or rise into a half squat. Any mudra you want. Any hands you want. Some people wish to do mobility. If that's you, stand up. Inhale. And exhale, bend the other knee. Left leg is straight. Last 3 breaths. You choose how to spend it, still or in movement. Good. Next time your left leg is bent, keep it left. Look right. Use your hands or don't. Return where you came from. Inhale, we return to a right leg lunge, left hand on the floor and underneath the shoulder. Right hand, right waist. Inhale, lift the thigh. Lift your right rib cage back. Stack the shoulders. Stay or right arm to the ceiling. Inhale, reach the heart and hands so high you get lighter on your hand, heavier on the feet. Stay or any other arm variation that makes sense for your chest, for your shoulder today. I encourage you to explore. Good. Touch the floor, straighten the front leg. You can shorten your stance. Inhale, right leg is straight. The toes you can be on the fingertips. The toes can stay or lift the heel back. 5 breaths. Any variation of arms that makes sense to you. Sometimes some of the shoulder stuff we need is just to air it out. So you can hug the ribs back towards the back plane of the body, hollow out the armpits, and exhale, lengthen your neck. Good. And slowly we're going to do a really interesting transition where we bend the front knee and we're in a lunge. Option 1, stay here and stay lifted. Option 2, go ahead and go into a warrior 3, where we shift the weight forward, the back thigh rises, toes face down, thigh faces down. Any arms, 5 breaths. Whatever version you're doing, magnetize the inner thighs towards each other. All of us are going to meet standing. The left knee will come up towards your chest. Inhale, hug the left knee in. Stay as you are, or start bending the right leg, cross the thigh on top. Garudasana, eagle. You can have your elbows in front of you bent, opposite elbow, right elbow on top. Stay where you are or lift it high. Feet low. This might be the stretch you need. Others want the back body to stretch, where you bring the elbows to the belly and kind of curl forward, widen your upper back. Last 3 breaths. Back off. Inhale. Exhale, dance it out. All right. Last leg, and then we'll move to the floor. Shake it out a little bit, the feet together or not. Inhale, hands up and back. Exhale, forward and down. Right leg back. Inhale, we lunge. Exhale, back knee down, point the toes. Hands to the thighs. Hug the ribs back. Any arms you want. Some of us will bring the right arm up and bend the elbow. Hand to the elbow. Inhale, lift the elbow high, and exhale, ears are back. Any left arm you want. Breath is steady. Anyone who has your right hand up and back, notice that the fingers can adjust your upper back, can massage it, or just be like palpitating that area enough that you feel like you're getting an adjustment. Centered. Inhale. Some people naturally gravitate towards splits. Others feel ready for lizard. The back knee can stay down or lift it. Any version, 5 breaths. Eventually, the knees on the floor. You can widen your left toes off of the mat at a diagonal. Kaliasana Left, raise your side of the foot down, hand to the thigh. Inhale, scoop your tail, belly back. Exhale, stay or press the thigh away. Some people bend the back leg. You can hold on to the foot, any version. Hooking the heel in will work the right hip flexor or quad more. Pressing the foot back will open the chest. Whatever version you're doing, do not collapse. Back it off. Exhale a little bit. Return towards a comfortable lunge. Tuck the back toes. Look right, long edge of the mat. Walk your hands to the right. Exhale, bend the right knee and sit. Widen the right foot enough that your right buttocks is planted on the earth, or you have a cushion or something underneath. Fingertips forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Notice the integrity that exists in the feet. What happens if you press the feet more? Lengthen the torso. Good. Some of us wish to stay, others want to side stretch. The left hand is your kickstand. You use it wherever you want. Some people hold on to the foot. Right arm over the ear. Inhale, lift the upper body. Stay or exhale, side stretch over the leg. Any version that works for you. And by the way, some versions work for you until they don't, at which point you're welcome to change your mind. Engage the feet and lengthen from right hip to the right abdomen, rib cage, armpit, elbow, wrist, all of it. Stay as long as you choose. Those of us ready will bend the knee out like in tree pose where the heel is a little bit closer to you. Make sure you feel okay in the knee. Right hand next to the glute and a little bit further. Right shoulder in the socket. Left arm up. Stay or thrust up the heel back. Genuinely stretch. And if you happen to make a sound right now, it would sound like you're stretching the whole front of the left hip, the left psoas, the left abdomen, armpit, shoulder, even the throat. Some people did stuff with their arm, circles, stayed put, whatever. Good. We return to a half squat position. Make a footprint. Option 1, stay put, any arms you want. Option 2, half squat, any arms you want. Option, do what you did before, or the last option I'll give. The left foot makes a footprint and you stay low in a side to side squat. Keep your seat underneath you. 5 breaths. Next time your right knee is bent, keep it bent. Look left. All of us make our way left. Lunge. Inhale, make sure the left foot's off to the left, the right hand's under the right shoulder. Lift the back thigh, left hand, left waist. Rise the chest, rotate. Exhale, any top arm you want. Having it straight up helps you find and distribute your weight towards the feet, lighter on the hand. Some may dome it out, meaning the arm is over your ear, and now purposefully round your left rib cage up towards the ceiling. Parsva Tanasana, pyramid pose. Look down, frame the leg. Exhale, step it forward enough that you can straighten the front leg, even if you're on your fingertips or block. Keep the toes down or lift them up. Any version of pyramid pose. Again, you could just clear up the pathways like a super highway of energy, your whole spine. And to the left and the right of the spine is like this landscape of energy and memory and tension. See if you can just inhale, breathe into it as though the breath can just kind of create a breeze where things can move a little bit more fluidly. Maintaining that awareness of your back landscape, make a footprint, bend the front knee. We're in a lunge. Please stay put because you know we're going to balance. If you choose to start now, warrior three. Option one, stay. Option two, lift the back leg. The thigh is engaged, the knee and toes face down. Any arms you want. Hug the knee to the chest, everyone. Inhale, hug the right knee to the chest. We stay or bend the standing leg enough that now you can just cross your right thigh on top. You can hook your foot or not. Elbows are bent in front of you, belly back. The left elbow can be on top. The elbow can be straight or bent. Inhale, explore elbows higher and how that feels in your body, seat low. Stay or explore elbows in, widen the upper back, and you can fold down. 3 more breaths. Eventually, we come out. Hug the knee in, let it go, dance it out. All right, that's plenty, I believe. Let's start making our way towards the floor and include the shoulders in a different way. The feet are hip distance. I'm going to face you. That's one of your feet wide, at least. Okay. Bend the knees, chair pose. Inhale, hands up. Interlace your fingers, palms are up, seat is back, and then bring the tail underneath you, hands up. Look forward. Imagine there's a block between your thighs. You're hugging it, and it doesn't let your knees fall in. If this feels like what you need in your shoulders, stay. If you want a different shoulder stretch, keep your legs, bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, flirt the shoulders back, open the chest, look up. Exhale, glue your chest to the thighs, look at your big toes. Stay put or start straightening the legs. 5 breaths, your way of stretching your shoulders and folding forward. I don't care if the knees are straight or bent. We worked hamstrings yesterday. Today is going to be more shoulders. Good. Bend the knees enough that you can bring the hands to the sides and rest them. Option 1, any arms at all that you want. Option 2, gorilla, where you step on your hands, step on the palms all the way to the wrist creases, belly in, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the elbows, tuck your chin. Notice what it's like to weigh a little bit more to the toes, to bend the elbows more, to bend the knees. All of these are little levers. It's kind of like, well, my kitchen is very different than my friends' kitchens, just like your stove, whether it's gas or electric. And you know what setting works for you and the way you like your food. And it's chances are similar with the body. Each body is different. And based on your needs, you can adjust your levers as you need, right? Or adjust the dial. Inhale, we rise. There's this other one if you want to work it. Bend the knees, release the hands. Option 1, last way, anyway. Option 2, hook your heels. So the fingertips go underneath the heels. The elbows are behind the calves. Stay or start straightening the legs. Offer your crown in between the arches of the feet. Offer the heels, not the heels, the sit bones over the heels. Good. And slowly back off. Whatever version you're doing, back off. Fingertips as wide as the mat. Widen your feet as wide as the mat. We're going to meet in a squat. Please bend the knees. And let's just squat. Any arms at all that you want. If you want direction, bring the palms to touch, the forearms parallel to the earth. Notice if you're leaning forward like I am, at which point you bring the hands back, tuck the tail under, and then return up. That's it. Exhale, lower it down. Hug the knees in. Make sure there's room in front of you. Right hand, right rib cage. Inhale, adjust the rib onto the thigh. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Notice the left ribs. Inhale, left hand, left rib, hug and lift. Stay or start shifting your legs forward. 5 breaths so you can hold on to the back of the calves. Again, I'm not focusing on flexibility. I'm focusing on the back. Can you keep both sitting bones down? Inhale, lengthen from the low back all the way into the middle back. Widen your shoulders, lengthen your neck. Soften your forehead. Of course, if you want to move your elbows or arms out of the way, you do. Good. Back off. Inhale, rise up a little bit. Exhale, rise up a lot. Hug the knees in. Make a footprint. Bring the hands back. The fingers are facing you. Inhale, widen the chest. Stay or lift the hips up. Widen the chest. Shoulders behind you. Look at the forehead. The forehead is parallel to the ceiling. 5 breaths. Engage the back plane of your body. Exhale, we sit. Keep the right knee in. Let the left leg go forward. I'm going to face you. There's room for your upper body, so make your hand fits in between your thigh and your foot. Fold forward as we exhale. Option 1, stay. Option 2, arms to a T. Option 3, bind. Open the chest and fold. Notice if you're falling to the left. See if you can press a little bit more firmly on your right foot and keep your left cheek inside of your left calf. Rise, inhale a little bit, exhale a lot. The foot can come closer to you. We're about to twist. Give yourself a hug, right hand back. Option 1, this is it. Option 2, sit up taller, lift your left arm and air it out. Exhale, you can glue your arm, your tricep, your rib to the thigh. Wave. Look right. Of course, if you want to bind, you can wrap your hand back and hold hands. Keep the right buttocks down. Inhale, belly in, lift through the chest and widen the right shoulder back. Eyes forward, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Hug both knees in. All right, option 1, we're going to do the same thing as before. Option 2, the legs will be straight, right? So bring the hands back. The knees can be bent, or you can have straight legs, together or apart. Inhale, first thing is keep the shoulders behind you. Lift the hips, second, exhale. Inhale, lift, 5 breaths. From the base of the big toe all the way up the inseam into the pelvic floor and belly lifts up all the way to the chin. Exhale, we sit. Second side, inhale, hug your left knee in. I'll face you again so you remember there's space between your foot and the thigh, enough that your upper body fits. Exhale, fold it forward. If you notice your knee is out, that's just your knee asking, please widen the left foot. Hands can go to a T or you can bind. Breath is steady, Marichyasana. I'm going to come over and hang out with you and see how it's going. Good. Okay. It kind of looks like we're leading with our forehead. For those of us who are visual learners, it kind of looks like this. See if you can keep what you have, but lengthen the abdomen, lengthen the rib cage. So there is length in your torso. And that will be true for everything. Just always lengthen your belly. Inhale, we rise. Well, maybe not everything, but what I'm talking about. Exhale, release. We're about to twist. The foot can come closer to your midline. Give yourself a hug. Inhale, this is plenty. Hug the left shoulder back. Keep the collarbones elegant. Exhale, stay or prepare. Right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, bring your armpit. Bring the right side breast to the thigh. So there's no gap. The more gap there is, the less likely you will bind. Stay or bind. Left buttocks down. Everything that's on the floor, press it down. Inhale, abdomen in, heart tall, left shoulder back, press the feet down. Inhale, eyes are forward. Exhale, release it. Let it go a little bit. Let it go a lot. All right, this one's kind of cool. Bring the hands back. Option one, this is it. Widen the shoulders. You can straighten your legs. Option two, rotate the fingers back and keep your fingers on the mat. Do you notice how the shoulders want to collapse? Stay out of that pattern. Some people start walking their hands further and further back. Keep the shoulders back. If you found your edge, stay there, belly in, relax your face. Option two, if you haven't found your edge yet, bend the knees, lift your seat, and slide your seat towards your heels. 5 breaths. And by the way, if ever you wanted to do this for time, you could just make sure you're not torturing yourself because you want to train the nervous system to calm down as you're opening up in ways that maybe we don't always do. Back off. Inhale, lift the chest enough. Exhale. Inhale, lift the chest a little bit more. Exhale. Inhale, lift up a lot. And exhale, hug your knees in. Meet me on all fours. Cross it forward, hands are down. Soften cat-cow. Option one, cat-cow the way you know how. Option two, let's add in child's pose. Slowly from cow, widen your buttocks back and sit it back. Rest your forehead, child's pose. Inhale, tuck your tail towards cat. Start rising up round your spine. And exhale, cow. Soften the belly, tilt the pelvis, look up. Keep widening the seat back and you find child. And keep going from child's pose to cat, from cat to cow, cow to child's pose. I won't guide you anymore. Well, for this at least. Good. Next time you find yourself in cat, rise to the fingertips and hands to the waist. Low back, technically. Notice where your buttocks is in relation to your calves and knees. Can you tuck in and have your buttocks over the kneecaps rather than back? So the front line is straight. Hands to the low back. Inhale, lift the skin of the front hip. So lift your belly button, lift your heart. Exhale, left shoulder back, right shoulder back, heels in, look up. 5 breaths. Just kind of stretch the front of the chest, the front of the belly. Rise, inhale. Exhale, sit it back. Tuck the tail, hollow the belly back. Tuck the chin in. Breathe easy. One more, this one's 8 breaths, yeah? Your version of camel. There is this really cool one, inhale, rise, where if you wanted to manually adjust yourself, you could bring the hands to prayer behind you, and wherever the fingers touch, that's where you adjust yourself. Okay, I can guide you through it if you want. It could just be in theory. Hands to the low back. But earlier when I said heels in, by the way, I didn't mean they touch. I mean they don't splay out. A lot of people kind of splay their heels out. Do you see? So keep the heels in versus out. In, out. Yeah? All right, hands to the low back. Inhale, lift the hips forward, lift the belly up, lift the heart up. Stay or bring the palms behind you and the palms touch. The wrists touch your low back. Wherever the middle finger touches, lift up. And exhale, drape yourself over it. 8 breaths your way. It's kind of like having a kickstand. In circus school, rise up and how sometimes they put blocks in between. So there's like a long block there. Exhale, come out of it. Hug the tail under. Anything at all that you need that refreshes your spine, refreshes your body, and refreshes your attention. We're about to shift towards more upper back, gentler stretches. Okay? Meaning we're going to do Ekapala Rajakapatasana, pigeon. Meet me in downward facing. I'm just setting the timer. Palms are down. You can cat cow your way to downward facing. Anything at all that needs to happen. There is this really pretty undulation. If you wanted to work with it, find down dog. Option one, stay put 5 breaths. Option two, lift the heels. Inhale, meet me in a plank. Tuck the tail, belly in, ricochet yourself towards plank. Exhale, start bending the knees as though they're going to touch the floor, but don't. Widen the buttocks back. You're in down dog. From down dog to plank, inhale, ricochet yourself over, shoulders over wrists. And exhale, imagine you're going to go to cow. You can, but you don't have to. Keep widening the buttocks back towards down dog. 2 more on your own. All right. Next time you find yourself in down dog, stay there. Right leg pigeon. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, knee to your wrist. Flex the foot and land the thigh down. If this doesn't feel right to you, please go into supine. Go onto your back and hug your right leg in like figure 4. If you're okay where you are, look back, tuck the back toes, and lengthen the whole left leg further back. Hands next to the hips or thigh, and then bring a little bit more weight to the left thigh. Option one, stay or fold forward. We're here 20 breaths. The first, the whole pose itself obviously is hips. So always take care of your hips. If you happen to feel your knee, that's your knee saying that the hips aren't wanting this work, so then the knee is compensating. So make sure you back off to the point where you no longer feel your knee. If that means being supine, please go supine on your back. Those of us who wanted upper back stuff, you can stay, or you can bring the fingertips forward and just thread your left arm through and keep walking it away from you. Stay or do anything you want with your right arm. Keep what you have. The left hand presses down and breathe the lungs back. So they're kind of like settling into the back plane of the body rather than compressing forward. If this feels wonderful, stay. If you want to switch sides, return to center, inhale, and thread the right arm through. Walk the right fingertips as far away as is useful for you. Stay with the legs and breathe your left lung back and up. Technically, both lungs can settle back into the contour of the spaciousness that you've created in the back landscape. Remember? We're on the last 5 breaths. Some people stay, others find center, whatever that means for you. Notice you can hear your breath, and there's no part of you that's checking out. And if so, that's just your body saying it can engage a bit more. Maybe it's your thighs, maybe it's the belly, maybe it's just a deeper breath. That was 20 breaths. Plant the palms down, tuck the back toes. Inhale, press the hands down, lift into the feet, lift the knees, lift the hips. Any legs, any variation, any transition you want, whatever that looks or feels like for you. Very last pose for today, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, Dwamapada. One-legged king pigeon pose, second leg. From downward facing, left leg rises, inhale. Exhale, left knee, left wrist. Rest it forward. Maybe not rest it, park it forward. Tuck the right toes, look back, it's behind your right buttocks. If that's true, lift the knee and slide the right thigh back so more of your thigh has weight. Point the toes. Adjust your hands closer to you so you can lift your body and widen the left buttocks back. Tuck the tail. Make sure no part of you, meaning your knee isn't in pain. Stay or fold 20 breaths. There's this other one I didn't mention. For those of us who are going forward, you can press your foot into the crook of your elbow or into your hand, and then your hand or elbow right back into the foot. So there's this container that you're creating where you can expand into it, and it contains or it allows the tension that you need to have integrity and not spill out. Some of us stay, others want to do stuff with the upper body. It could be the same as before, where you're on your fingertips forward and thread your arm through. Whichever arm, you're going to thread both anyways. So whichever one goes first is fine. And whatever's on the floor presses down to help you air out the back of the lungs. Stay or other side. Keep your legs, inhale center, and exhale other arm. Whatever works for you. Make sure you're always tuning into your body, to your experience, and know that everything I'm offering is just another opportunity to explore. It's not another rule to like conform to. Last 5 breaths. Stay or return to center, whatever that looks like for you. Any version at all. Again, make a note to be here fully. It's very easy to start zoning out and thinking about other things. Can you like be fully here in a way that's respectful and honors your time and your space? And that's time. However, you get to down dog, press the hands down, tuck the back toes. Inhale, lift up enough that you have a choice. Exhale, act on that choice. Whatever it looks like, go to Chaturanga or don't. Go into down dog or don't. Any natural wiggles that need to happen, you let them happen. And eventually we will meet in seated pose. From downward facing or whatever you're doing, meet me seated. Inhale, hug the legs in. Roll onto your back. Exhale, rest it back. Hug the knees in. Option 1, do whatever at all that you need to do on your back. You have 10 breaths, knees together or apart, happy baby, any variation of those, butterfly. Option 2, maybe you want to twist a little bit. I'm going to twist. You have 10 breaths to do whatever you want. If you want me to guide you through a twist, press the feet down, arms are to a T. Shift your hips as far to the right as you can and look left. Exhale, let the knees fall left. 5 breaths. By the way, you can do any feet you want. If you feel like a pulling sensation, your legs are too low. So bring your knees a little bit higher. So sometimes I just lift the knee all the way up and stamp the foot down. If you're in happy baby or any of those, please know you can be still, you can rock, you can have one leg straight, one leg bent, whatever. Twist feels so nice for me. If ever again you want to stay longer, please do so. But because I'm guiding a class that's a set duration, I'm going to back off. If that's you, lift the top knee enough that you can make a footprint. Press the foot down. I'll lift both knees up enough that you can exhale, come out. Last 5 breaths, any version. If you're twisted, shift the hips to the left, let the knees fall right. Again, if there's any pulling sensation that makes your face cringe a little bit, that's just too much. So start responding in ways that are useful. Adjust yourself as you need. If you've been in happy baby, you can stay. Maybe you're in butterfly. Some people are in shoulder stand. Last 3 breaths. I'm just going to set the timer so we can rest and wake up. Of course, you can stay twisted a bit longer, but if you're with me and you want to be guided, lift the top knee enough that you can make a footprint on the floor. Press both feet down. Inhale, lift the knees up. And exhale, give yourself a hug or any natural release before we start taking over the mat. When the body finds a natural stilling point, you can straighten the legs. You can rest your arms. Traditionally, the arms are by your thighs and you chill. Of course, it's okay and totally normal for the arms to be to a T if that feels right for you, or even overhead. Arms anywhere that feel restful and useful for you. Inhale, take a very deep breath. Exhale, let everything go. Take rest. Deep inhalation. Exhale. Soften the skin and settle into the moment. Make any natural movements until eventually you can bend the knees, make footprint. Inhale. Exhale, rest on your side. Press the hands down. Inhale, meet me seated, rise up. Exhale, cross your legs in a way that's comfortable, palms touched. Inhale, the spine is tall. Exhale, the ears are back, the shoulders settle down, and notice how you feel. Always pay attention to how your actions make you feel, how your body guides the way, and invite that to soothe you. It's just another tool. So at the beginning of class, we asked for shoulders and upper back. And really, it's just a lot of times we have tension there, and the body really just wants to release. The body really may not want to carry all of that. And in the process of guiding us to this practice or to this space where we can actually deal with what is in ways that are life affirming, conducive, and aligned. Thank you for making time to be here to practice. Hari Om Tat Sat. Happy day. I'm going to stop recording.